Hello, I'm Czardus. Grab some coffee, sit back, and chill as we take a look at everything in the City Stations Content Creator Pack by Bad Peanut. Bad Peanut is a great creator who has made a ton of really awesome stuff for Cities Skylines 1 and now Cities Skylines 2. We're going to check that out, but first, just in case you didn't know, I am making a game of my own called Timber Life. It's a cozy farming sim where the forest is under your control and you need to restore the eco-diversity. Be sure to click the link down below to wishlist it on Steam now. But anyway, with that out of the way, we're going to take a look. There are several different city stations that you can do. First, we're going to look at the bus stations and things. There's the compact bus depot, which is right here. It gets how many buses? 10 buses can come out of this. And there's also, you can electrify it, and of course you can build bus lines out of there. Then there is the small city bus station, which is a nice little sunken bus station that the passengers can just walk right across and then walk downstairs. They don't have to walk up and over and down or cross the traffic at all. They have an easier, safer way to get there. Then we have another sunken one, which is the large city bus station. Oh, by the way, the small one, there's no upgrades to. The large one, there's the subway interface, which you can add over here. And then there's extra platforms that you can add. So we've added both of those, so we can take a look here. You can see, again, it's sunken so that the people coming to get on the buses don't have to go up and over. They can just walk straight out and then down. So that's pretty nice. And then there is the city center bus station, which is the biggest of them all, of course. And you can add extra platforms or a subway interface to this one as well. And that one has a really cool looking clock there and a ton of bus spots that you can get bus lines coming out of. Now let's take a look at some of the others. All right, now for rail, we have the compact rail yard, which is a nice little yard that can go right on a road, and you can add just a little bit of extra traps on either side. It's going to be mad because I am getting too close to the road there, but you can fit that in there. Yeah, the slope too steep. There we go, that got it in there. So then you can come in and you can see that it can fit even more traps on there, and it already has a bunch of props on for different trains, which is really nice. Then we have the sunken bypass train station. We've got a nice parking lot in there, and then you can have the trains bypass through here, and it looks like the center traps are for bypass, and then the outside ones are the ones that will stop there. You can also add an island platform, which will then change it so that it's no longer really a bypass one, but it is for other stuff. You can add a bus terminal over there. You can add a subway interface, and those are all the upgrades, but it's really nice, all the different stuff you can do there. Then we have the elevated bypass train station. So, of course, this one, as you can tell, is elevated. The other one was sunken, and same thing, you can do an island platform in the center. You can do a bus terminal, you can do the subway terminal, and that's it. So it's pretty similar to the other one, except this is elevated and that one is sunken. And then we have the monster City Central train station. So this one is really huge. You can see it comes with a yard a little bit in there. I don't think it actually functions as a yard. No, it doesn't. Oh, actually it does. It has vehicles in use. So it does function as a yard itself, which is really nice. Tunnel link adds tunnel connections to each track passing below the main station or main entrance and road, converting the station from a terminus to a through station. So you can add this, and you can see it's adding little tunnels so that it can be a through one, which is a really cool little addition. Subway interface comes on over here. Botanical gardens can really add, oh wow, look at that. So it covers up. That is really cool. So that really like adds a cool dimension to this. You're really on top of the train station, and it really hides it altogether. So now, moving on to trams. So for trams, there is the compact refurbished tram depot, which is another little small depot. You can add an additional tram shed, which will increase the capacity and number of vehicles that can come out of here. And then there is the small tram plaza here, which is just one small tram stop. It looks like you might be able to go through on the other side. Let's check that. Yeah, you can connect to the other side. So it can come through and have a stop there and continue on. Then we have the large tram plaza. Again, can come out on the other side. And let's go back here. No, there wasn't an upgrade there. This one does have an upgrade of a tram yard in the back, a small yard. Adds 4 vehicles. I like those little yard additions. They can really maximize the utility of some of these buildings. And then we have the tram terminal plaza, which is a large terminal for a lot of them. And of course, you can add that subway interface there as well. And then the last one is this small one here. It is, I think it's called the Architectural Tram Stop Shelter. Yeah. And it's just another little shelter that can go on your roads for little tram stops. All right, for subways, we have the compact subway yard. It has a lot of different options there, and of course you can add extra traps as well, which would increase that number of vehicles there. Then we have the small subway plaza, which has 2 traps underneath, so you can get 2 stops. You can add, this is lower extra platforms, so you can have more subway trains. Now you've got 4 traps perpendicular to each other, and a small bus terminal can be added to it just to add dual functionality. And then over here we have the elevated bypass subway station. It's very similar to the rail one. It has the a stop in the middle, and then you can also add a small bus terminal down at the bottom, and you can get extra platforms, which is similar to what we saw with the train one. And then finally, there is the sunken subway park, and that has a couple of subway traps that come out into the open, but you can also add a roof to it in case you have an area that gets a lot of rain and you want to keep the people more comfortable. And then you can add extra platforms as well. So now there's, I don't know, a ton of different traps going through there. And you can come in and you can see it's this huge terminus, or not terminus, but like transfer station. So that is really cool as well. Okay, so then next there are pedestrian overpasses, and it says that they can be placed over roads. The key is that you can't place it over the road. You can't get it to be on the road that has already been built. But if I put it over here and then I build the road underneath it very carefully, then it will work. And then you can also get bigger ones as well. So there is the medium underpass or overpass, and then the large one and the extra large one. And then I'll just go ahead and put some roads under here. I think this one can do a medium road. If you're very careful about it, you can get it in the right spot. In fact, that's the wrong button. I want to turn off snapping. And then I can get this right where it needs to go, like that. And then this one can do a large road as well. Yep, there's the large road. And then this one also can do the large road. Let's see if it says anything else. Can be placed above roads. Yep, that's it. So that can have the large road underneath it as well. Then this one can be upgraded with a median staircase. So if your road has a median in it, like say this one, Sicilian divided road, then we can come in and we should be able to get a median in there, although the median is not quite big enough. So there's a little bit of trickery that you need to do to get that to function quite right, it seems. But that is another thing that is in this pack. And then finally, we have some props. So you can get that clock tower that can go in a roundabout. It just automatically placed it in there, but the props are actually found here in the park props, and I think you can place it, yeah, you can place it outside of the roundabout as well. The time turns in accordance with the actual time too, which is a really nice little effect. And then there's a whole bunch of different pavilions, which are essentially a lot of the roofs from the train stations and stuff like that, I think. But they are really cool. I recommend this pack. It's really a great expansion to your city train stations and public transit options and all of that. But anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. And yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.